Welcome back, Patriots. Welcome to Sons of Liberty 1773. Before I forget, we're 9 subs away from hitting 10,000 subscribers on this channel. So please like, comment, and share, and see if this video isn't the one that puts us over 10,000. That will be awesome. So the proverbial shite is hitting the crap around the world. Earth is a dumpster fire. I'm sure the aliens fly by and lock the doors. Lock the doors, kids. We're going by Earth. Bad neighborhood here in the Milky Way galaxy. So a Pentagon leader, I don't know that there's any real leaders in the Pentagon right now that aren't woke, purple-haired or dog-faced ponies, literally, as Biden calls them. Pentagon leaders say new budget will help prepare for war with China. General Milley, he's a piece, isn't he? Says the budget is meant to prevent war, but prepares us to fight if necessary. We're going to war with China. We're going to war with China. They're our number one geopolitical enemy. They've undermined our government. They're taking our jobs, stealing our technology, spying on us, buying our politicians, and they're destroying our country, and we can't allow them to operate in our country like Gretchen Whitmer is going to do with $715 million of taxpayer funds to build a battery plant by Big Rapids, Michigan, owned and controlled by the CCP. Part of the deal at Ferris State, there's a college town, Big Rapids. Part of the deal is they have to allow the CCP to operate here, literally, and China is going to bring in Chinese nationals to work at the $715 million battery plant. So all you union people that vote Democrat for Gretchen Whitmer, she's going to protect our jobs. Yeah, she's an evil woman. So Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Milley, told Congress at a Thursday hearing that the Pentagon's 2024 budget request will help the country prepare for a future war with China. Milley insists the Pentagon's massive $842 billion budget request is meant to deter war, but said it will also prepare the U.S. military to fight one. So the Biden regime is owned in half of Washington, D.C. by the CCP. Look what Whitmer is doing with this battery plant. We're buying stuff, our manufacturing, our pharmaceuticals, our, grid, our transformer stations, and, the big transformers that take, a couple years to get are made in China. So we're building this beast, but at the same time, we're preparing to go to war with them. I think that even goes beyond the definition of insanity. I'm not quite sure what the word is for that. Somebody needs to be institutionalized. So the Pentagon identified China as the most comprehensive and serious challenge to U.S. national security strategy in the 2022 National Defense Strategy. And lately, U.S. military leaders have been speaking more explicitly about how they're preparing for a direct war with China despite the risk of nuclear war. What's a nuclear war? It'll put all that dust up. We'll go into a nuclear winter and the planet will cool. We'll save the planet by nuclear annihilation. No one will be alive, but hey, the planet will be fine. In the 2022 National Defense Strategy and lately U.S. Okay, I think I read that. President Biden has also vowed to defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese attack. And we are sending Taiwan, hard ammunition, caches, stockpiles, So Taiwan may have ammunition, but, not us probably. So Milley said China's actions are moving it down a path toward confrontation and potential conflict with its neighbors and possibly the United States, echoing similar warnings made by Chinese officials. And then, so that's going on. Obviously, the war in Ukraine is heating up and it's going to get much worse, folks. We're heading for World War III. So we could have a two-front here war right now, right? NATO against Ukraine, America and some of our allies against China in the South China Sea. And then this, a U.S. contractor killed, 5 service members wounded in Syria. Biden retaliated with pinpointed airstrikes, our military. He couldn't find, he doesn't know which way north is. Iran retaliates against U.S. strike, fires 3 missiles at American base in Syria, although no one was killed by the missiles, and I think it's going on right now. They're targeting the American bases. So we're going to go to another front in the Middle East. That's coming too, folks. And at some point, they're going to take out the uranium enrichment sites in Iran, and that will really get the mullahs jumping up and down, chanting "Death to America" and launching some sort of terrorist attack or a war against us. And just not good news, is it? If they don't, and I'm sure Israel is going. I'm surprised Israel hasn't. They have been hitting some targets, by the way, but they haven't went all in for the uranium enrichment sites. Probably buried deep in bunkers, and they need some of our bunker busters to get to them. But if Iran gets a nuclear weapon, you better, go well beyond putting your prepping in overdrive, because it's going to get real serious real quick. Said they want to blow Israel off the face of the earth. They literally mean it. Israel knows it. Not words to those people. They really want to do that. And if it means, a few million people get killed for the greater good, they will do it. They have no value for human life. So the United States struck Iranian-linked groups in Syria on Thursday after a U.S. contractor was killed and 5 military service members and another U.S. contract were wounded in a purported drone strike. Probably was a drone strike. So that's what's going on. The World War III as it builds. Developing Deutsche Bank stressed, shares tumble. Deutsche Bank shares tumbled for the 3rd day in a row on Friday. It's a massive bank, folks. On Friday, after a spike in credit default swaps, CNBC reported. Then Janet Yellen today, the banks are getting ready to go the way of the Titanic. The unsinkable banks are hitting the iceberg right now. It's scraping through the hulls of these different banks, and they're heading for the abyss. That's where we are. And they're not telling us how bad it is. But anyways, remember, find my note here. Janet Yellen called for an emergency meeting today in regard to the banking failures. Janet Yellen, that inflation is transitory. Yeah, right. You're overprinting our currency and you keep doing it. Somehow inflation's going to get reined in. No, it's not. And these half measures by the Fed to slow the economy a quarter point at a time is not reining in inflation. And unfortunately, folks, the way you rein in inflation is you got to kill the economy. And was it Paul Volcker? Maybe I'm getting the wrong Fed chair. But during the recession of the 80s, he was raising points, 2 points at a whack. And again. And I think rates went up to like 20% or something. I mean, it killed the economy only for about a year or so. And then Reagan did some tax cuts and stuff, and we pulled out of that Carter mess. But they're not doing it this time, and they're going to keep. When these banks fail, these big banks that are going to take hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars, they're not going to let them fail. She's already said so. And they don't have the money, folks. Don't kid yourself. They're going to print even more money, so inflation is going to continue to go sky high. I was just reading an article. You can read it over at Zero Hedge. Actually, a couple over there. One is the run on precious metals right now. And there's a good article on the case for 8,000 an ounce gold. I think everybody should have some precious metals, my opinion. So the German lenders, this is Deutsche Bank, fell 11% on Friday as the cost of insuring against its default spiked. The European banking system is stressed to the point of collapsing, and I think America's in the same boat. They printed all that money. They printed the money during the COVID thing when the economy was good. Yet they printed, trillions of dollars. I mean, it's ignorant. Oh, and then this on the war front, folks. And let's not forget about the corpulent little warlord over there in North Korea. North Korea tests radioactive tsunami nuclear-capable undersea drone torpedo. Much like Russia has the Doomsday torpedo, this is a massive nuclear explosion underwater. It's going to create a tsunami, possibly hundreds of feet tall, and it's a nation. It's going to wipe out the coast of the country it's attacking, most likely America. So North Korea state media claimed on Thursday that the belligerent communist regime tested an undersea drone that could carry a nuclear warhead. The weapon is supposedly designed to wipe out enemy cities by sneaking close to harbors and detonating to cause radioactive tsunami. Now, couple that, folks, whether it's Russia's or China or, North Korea, with this AI that's coming out, that's in the torpedo, and it knows its mission is to blow up Norfolk, Virginia, where there's a large naval base. That it knows to outsmart the enemy and run undetected and hide and work its way off the coast before detonating. That's the technology that's coming. And have you seen the deep fakes? There's been some of Hillary with Trump. I think I shared one in New York City with a machine gun, leading the charge, to go get all these evil bastards. And as funny as they are, there's a really spooky a spooky factor. They are real. They look really real. It looks like Donald Trump. And as this AI gets more, and they're not sharing us, the level of AI that they have that's only going to increase in intelligence. Think of what people can do to your kids, harassing your daughter. There's nothing that you can't think about that they can't make it look legitimate and put in a video. They're going to be able to, at some point, they're going to be able to put your DNA, your fingerprints, and pictures, videotaped evidence of you at a crime scene. And it's all going to be fake, okay? It's all going to be fake. How are we supposed to tell when the fake is that good and that sophisticated? Right now, Congress and the world should put a stop to this stuff. Rein it in. Will AI be useful in some cases? Great. Are you going to let AI raise your children, folks? Because that's what's going to happen. Your kid's going to have, Chatbot 25, and it's going to do the homework for the next day before your kid even asks it, because it's that smart. And it's going to do it in a way that it looks like your son wrote it. Everybody's going to be A students. Humanity is getting dumbed down as the machines take over. If you get, every once in a while I'll give away my ebook free, but if you get the ebook and do nothing other than go to thegreatshipofknowledge.com and click on the link, it'll take you to the Amazon page, and click on the ebook. It's $2.99. If you do nothing, read the preface, the geometric progression of technology. It's about 20-some pages long. And I explained exactly what we're dealing with today a few years ago when I wrote that. I mean, I had no idea it was coming at us so quick. The implanted, the Elon, Neuralink with Elon Musk is going to put AI right into your head. And the machines are going to literally take over your body. It's, they've grabbed, right now we're all hooked. I mean, my smartphone's recording this, but, we don't go anywhere without it, right? It's like an appendage. It's like losing an arm if we don't have our phone with us. And now when this technology is implanted, it's going to take things to a whole another level. And I don't see anybody stopping it. Putin said, whoever gets AI first, true AI, will rule the world. And don't think China isn't working on it right now in Putin and us. One last note, too. I did a search the other day. I was looking at what nation states, what countries in the world have the biggest stockpile of gold. And to be honest, I thought it was going to be Russia or China, but now I don't know this because they won't let us in Fort Knox. But America, by far, is sitting on the biggest gold reserve in the world. Do a search and look it up yourself. Now, Fort Knox is supposed to be full of gold. Remember Goldfinger? Remember the movie James Bond? They opened it up. It's full of gold bars, right? America's gold. Ron Paul showed up there and tried to get in as a U.S. Senator, and they wouldn't let him in there. So I just want to see it. Said, no, you don't have authority here, not even as a U.S. Senator. And they wouldn't let him in. I wish Trump would have went there. The last time I checked anyways, I think they do an audit every year in Washington, D.C., a paper audit. But as far as taking inventory and somebody physically grabbing each bar and counting them, that hasn't been done since 1957. Now, look, I'm old, folks, and that was even before I was born. So anyways, I really feel like the banks are getting ready to, go under. And when it happens, they're not going to tell you. You're not... Look, as big a warning as we're probably going to get was Janet Yellen calling for this emergency meeting. Watch, a few days from now, something will happen. You'll wake up and find out the banks are having insolvency problems. Excuse me? And you and everybody else is going to run to the bank to get money. You ain't getting any. And it may take a few months to get things straightened out. Could this be, the conspiracy thing? And I know this CBDC is coming. Central bank digital currency. And it'll be complete and absolute control of everything. We have to stop it. We can't allow them to take the cash from us. And a lot of us, use credit cards, pay online, write checks, but cash is still king, right? And it has our founding fathers on it to remind us of our history. In God we trust on it, and they want to get rid of that. They want to take us from in God we trust to in government we trust. No, that's your pagan God. That's your golden calf, you lefty loon commies. That ain't my God. So anyways, it's not our God, right? Anything else I can think about? I think that's it. I will show you how much snow we have left here in northern Michigan. As you can see, the robins are here, but the robins are not the brightest bird on earth. They will show up when there's we'll still get a blizzard, and I'm thinking, how are the robins eating today? But anyways, we've been losing it steadily. It's nice out today. Renee and I have been trying to knock off a couple, 2.5 miles a day. But tomorrow, unfortunately, and this is the great north, my friends, Michigan, if you don't like the weather, wait an hour. And in Michigan, you're like, this is getting to that time of year where you can have your cold weather gear, your fall gear, and your summer gear, and need to wear it all on the same day because the weather can change that much, and it's nothing new. I don't think it's anything to do with, the climate overheating, the climate change. They did call it global warming, right? Then they found out the math didn't work. It actually wasn't warming, so then it's climate change, man-made climate change. Climate's been changing since God created the green earth. I think if we've had an effect, it's minor. I'm more worried about catastrophic global overheating caused by thermonuclear war than I am half a degree change in temperatures. But tomorrow we are supposed to get possibly 11 inches of snow, 7 to 11 inches. There's a weather warning for all day. Actually, I think it's Saturday. Is today Friday? I'm not even sure what time of day it is anymore, folks. I just haven't been paying attention, I guess. So I'm hoping it will warm up so I can paint the inside of my gas station. I bought the shelving for it. I got the shelving brackets. Once I get it painted, I can go to town trimming it. And then I can start setting it up. Brian Lupo said I should put my studio out here in the gas station. Actually, for the summer, it's not a bad idea because we rent. There's an Airbnb in the lower part of our barn, and my office is above it. And I don't go in the office if we have renters. I don't want to bother them. So maybe for the summers I'll do that. Make a cool studio. So we're 9 away from 10,000 subs, and I'm hoping this video puts us over the top. Please share. Remember mypillow.com. Give Mike Lindell some love and get the the best sleeping products in the world and get the sleep of the saints. It's truly, you'll sleep like an angel. Get the percale sheets and the My Pillows. Just get those 2 items and you'll be loving it. But discount code to save up to 66% is SOL1773. And I hope the hell you are stocking up. Or you're going to be in deep man mood. I mean, we're literally living in such uncertain times right now that we could wake up tomorrow and find out a third of the world has been destroyed in a nuclear holocaust. That's the world we're living in. I'm concerned that this moron is leading us to a ground war with Russia. And you've seen China and Russia have joined hands. China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, a couple other countries in the Middle East. So look, you add China and Russia together, that's a formidable force, folks. And I think, every, what's the word? War gaming they do, electronically and figuring out all this stuff with China. And they probably put this through some sort of AI program. We lose. I just don't think there's any winners in a nuclear war. My problem is with Biden. And I think Biden is Obama's puppet. Is Biden going to do anything if it comes to nuclear war? Will he say, well, folks, we could fight back, but, we just need to lick our wounds and, we're defeated. Because if we launch back, it's the end of the world and nobody lives. I'm going to tell you, if anybody goes all out nuking America, let them fly. Karma's a bitch, and if they want to bring hell to our part of the earth, we'll certainly send it over to their side. Just the way I am. I guess I'm a bastard. All right, folks. And then I always have the affiliate link that's unique to this channel in the description of these videos for My Patriot Supply. I'm going to end it here. What do I say? Keep prepping and keep praying, my friends. Prayer is really important. Let's get God's ear, because if God is with us, who can be against us, right? See you in the next video. Sons of Liberty out.